personality is a perfect fit for this truck. We are a combination of talent and toughness. We are fearless. We are confident. We are one of a kind. We're not here to just compete. We're here to smash the competition.
From Lafayette, Louisiana, Kayla Blood, Sparkle Smash! I'm tough and I can't be tamed. When I stop it and I look at you, remember.
Are you ready?
It is time for the first competition of the night, JCB Racing. All 8 trucks have been seeded into a bracket based on a random draw. Coming up first, you will see our 8 Monster Jam trucks face off head-to-head, where the 4 winners will move on to the semifinal round. Sacramento, who's ready for JCB Racing?
All right, Sacramento, let's get this thing started. Kicking us off, we have Jeff Sousa, Velociraptor. She took yesterday's JCB Racing competition victory. Can she do it again today? Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger. And this is how we started off on a Saturday. Gravedigger facing off against Velociraptor. Kristen Anderson and Jeff Sousa, the first time they're competing in JCB Racing in their careers. Jeff Sousa been competing since 2015, is the veteran out here on the track. Can he get the win? Here we go! We have ourselves a close competition. We're going to go ahead and go to our replay system. That is the Finish Links timing system, and our crew is checking out to make sure. You can look as well on the Super Glue to the Action replay. They make that turn, but taking it, Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger. Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger moving on to the semifinals. In the second round of competition, Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco. He's facing off against Tim Hall Jr., Jurassic Attack. Both of these guys are first-year competitors. Fernando Martinez had the competition victory yesterday, but had a disqualification for hitting the turn cone. Can he bounce back on a Saturday? Could have just a little bit too close going around that edge, so he has to watch for that, but he is fast, but so is Tim Hall Jr. Who's moving on? Here we go! And your winners, Jurassic Attack. In the red lane, Kayla Blood, Sparkle Smash. And in the black lane, Angelina Knock, Megalodon. Have our matchup between these two ladies. Only one can move on. Kayla Blood got the victory yesterday. Can Angelina Knock get it today? They're set at the line. Here we go! And your winner is Kayla Blood, Sparkle Smash. Angelina Knock, Megalodon, this is a new engine for her, a new Monster Jam truck. She has driven Megalodon throughout the season, but this is a new Megalodon truck for her, so she's getting used to it out there. She says that this engine is more powerful than one that she was used to, and she hits the turn cone coming around that edge, so you see her kind of take off with a little bit of extra acceleration. She hits the turn cone on that first pass, and that causes her disqualification. Kayla Blood, Sparkle Smash, moving on to the semifinals. But we got one matchup left in round one of JCB Racing. Hitting the track right now, Joe Yuri, Earthshaker. He's facing off against Carson Williams, Monster Mud Rottweiler. Who's going to be moving on to face off against Sparkle Smash? Carson Williams has some family in the crowd today. We saw him with them earlier. They had signs and everything, so you know he's fired up. But Joe Yuri is looking to move on as well. He's set at the line. Carson gets set. Let's go racing! And your winner is Joe Yuri, Earthshaker. Earthshaker will be moving on to the semifinals to face off against Sparkle Smash, Kayla Blood. So your matchups are set, moving on into the semifinals. Taking a look at the JCB Racing competition bracket, Gravedigger will be facing off against Jurassic Attack. And then you had Joe Yuri come out in the last competition and take out Monster Mud Rottweiler. And now you'll see a matchup of Earthshaker taking on Sparkle Smash in JCB Racing semifinals.
It is time now for the semifinal round of JCB Racing. The winners of these two matchups will move on to the semifinal round. Sacramento, who's ready for more JCB Racing?
Let's find out what the crowd thinks. If you think that Jurassic Attack's going to take this win, let me hear you make some noise. Or if you think that it'll be Gravedigger moving on to the finals, let me hear ya. Well, let's see what happens when they meet here in the semifinals. Kristen Anderson made it to the finals yesterday. Seeing if she can repeat here on a Saturday. Tim Hall Jr. is set at the line. Here we go! Had ourselves a close competition there, but I hear that the winners, Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger. Well, let's see who's going to be facing off against Gravedigger. If you think Sparkle Smash is moving on, let me hear you make some noise. Or if you think that Earthshaker's moving on, get loud. Well, let's find out what's going to happen here. They fire up those engines. Kayla Blood trying to get back to the finals as well. See if we have a rematch of yesterday's final. She is set at the line. They're going to restage. Joe Yuri has a few JCB Racing competition victories under his belt as well. And it looks like Sparkle Smash is set. The light goes yellow. The light goes yellow for Earthshaker. Let's go green! And your winner is Kayla Blood, Sparkle Smash. She's moving on to the finals, a rematch of the semifinals yesterday with Earthshaker. And she moves on once again to face off against Gravedigger.
is now time for the final round of JCB Racing. The winner of this matchup will not only earn the first 8 points of the night, but be on top of the leaderboard in pursuit of the BKT Overall Event Championship. Sacramento, who's ready to meet your racing final contenders?
She took the JCB Racing competition victory yesterday from the legendary lineage of Dennis Anderson, the founder of Gravedigger, but making a name of her own, a 2022 overall series champion. Her name is Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger. And she's facing off against the 2023 Extreme Air of the Year award winner, the girl from Lafayette, Louisiana, Kayla Blood, Sparkle Smash. A matchup between the ladies in the racing finals, and it's also a rematch of yesterday's racing finals. Kristen Anderson was able to take down Kayla Blood, but will that hold true once again today? Kayla's been looking fast out there on the track, but Kristen says she's ready. So here we go! And we have ourselves another close one, but I'm hearing your winner is Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger. She goes back-to-back at JCB Racing competition victories. Here in Sacramento, the girl is fast, getting another victory. Kristen Anderson has been on fire in California, and that holds true again, taking out Kayla Blood of Sparkle Smash. Sacramento, if you guys make some noise, I think that we can get her out of this truck. So let her hear ya! We got her out there on the pod, so let's go ahead and catch up with Kristen Anderson. We got Kim Cantoni.
Kristen, what an epic rematch between you and Kayla Blood, Sparkle Smash. But talk a little bit about that extra edge that you had to cross the finish line first.
Man, you know, Kim, I've been putting in the work, you know, and I knew I wanted to get better at racing. It was one of my weaker competitions, and so being able to come back after a long hiatus of not doing any head-to-head racing and take the racing win not one night, but 2 nights in a row feels pretty amazing. So that one was for all of the girls and all the ladies that are sitting in the stands tonight.
And Kristen, with another win in JCB Racing, it's the first 8 points of the night on top of the leaderboard, on your way to picking up another overall event championship in this weekend. But first, for you, it's the Great Clips 2-Wheel Skills Challenge. So you were so close to picking up that win yesterday. What do you need to do tonight to get those next 8 points?
I think it's important that I stay focused right now. You know, yesterday I won racing and I got really excited and I had a rough 2-wheel skills. So I'm going to try and stay calm, stay collected out here. We got a bunch of really amazing competitors back there in the back. The 2-wheel skills competition is going to be unbelievable. These trucks weigh 12,000 pounds and we have 1,500 horsepower right underneath of our right foot. And we can make these things do some pretty crazy stuff. So y'all are getting ready to be on the edge of your seats. Are y'all ready for 2-wheel skills, Sacramento?
And you see there in the super glued to the action replay, Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger, gets the victory, and she claims the first 8 points of the evening. You see, she's now the driver to beat. 8 points on the board, puts her in the first spot. Kayla Blood, Sparkle Smash, is currently in second with 7 points. You have your semifinals contestants who were eliminated. You had Joe Yuri, Earthshaker, and Tim Hall Jr., Jurassic Attack, tied at third with 4 points each. And then in the rest of the field, they each have 2 points. El Toro Loco, Megalodon, Monster Mutt, Rottweiler, and Velociraptor. But we are just getting started. Coming up next, we have ourselves the Great Clips 2-Wheel Skills Challenge. competitors have 2 skill attempts out there on the track, and you see the most technical moves in the sport. And that scoring will be up to you moving forward throughout the rest of our competitions. And we'll break down what you're going to be doing here in just a second. But that's coming up next, the Great Clips 2 Wheel Skills Challenge. Well, one of my favorite parts about Monster Jam is meeting all of the super fans out there, and I had 2 that were just jumping around, hanging out with me. These are 2 of my friends. Can you tell the people your name?
Nessa.
We got Nessa in the house. Everybody say hi, Nessa. And then we have my friend Cadence over here. Can everybody say hi, Cadence? So how many times have y'all been out to Monster Jam? First time?
Yeah.
First time? First time. That's okay. Anybody else's first time coming out to Monster Jam? Who else has their first time here? See, you're in good company. Well, I was kind of hoping that we could play a game, Nessa. It is called Truckin' Pals Racing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put 3 trucks here on the board, and you're just going to tell me who you think is going to win. Do you think you can do that?
Yeah.
All right, so we have 3 trucks, El Toro Loco, Gravedigger, and Megalodon. So which one do you think is going to win?
Gravedigger.
Gravedigger? All right, well, let's see what you think, Nessa. So we have El Toro Loco. He is fired up. Gravedigger shining the red lights, and Megalodon's all smiles. Let's go! And they take off. So Gravedigger has the early lead, but then falls behind. El Toro Loco might take it. Megalodon, as we get towards the end of the stretch, and it looks like Gravedigger does get the victory. And there you have it. That is our Truckin' Pals Racing Showdown. So you got it right, and I have a prize for you right here. This is a Truckin' Pals racer of your own, the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. So that is for both of y'all right here. So give it up for our contestants for helping us out. And there you have it. That is a Truckin' Pals Racing Showdown. All right, Sacramento. Are you guys ready to see some more Monster Jam action? All right, well, y'all, this is my favorite competition because these are some of the most technical moves in the sport on just 2 wheels. It is called the Great Clips 2 Wheel Skills Challenge. But here's the thing, the drivers are going to do their part, but we need you guys to also do your part. So to break down what you're going to be doing moving forward throughout the rest of the event, let's catch up with Kim Cantoni. Kim.
Fans, this is your first opportunity to get your scores in at judgeszone.com. So make sure those phones are out now and you've entered today's code SAC. Now at the completion of the 2 attempts, you will then put in your score by moving the BKT tire up or down to the score you feel our competitors have earned, then hit submit. It's the next 8 points on the line, and you, the fans, decide who it goes to. So, Sacramento, who's ready for the Great Clips 2 Wheel Skills Challenge?
From Denair, California, Jeff Sousa, Velociraptor. He goes for his first attempt coming down the main ramp. It looks like he might be going right back forward, trying to get this stoppie coming off the pod.
Put those hands together for Jeff Sousa. Remember, fans, it is now time to get those scores in at judgeszone.com. Officially open for the first time for Jeff Sousa and Velociraptor. Remember to move that BKT tire to the score you feel he's earned.
You know, Kim, I was talking to Jeff before this event, and he said that he was frustrated with his showing yesterday, but he's just getting adjusted to the truck. It's a brand new Monster Jam truck for him, new seat and everything that you see him trying to overcome out there on the track. It looks like there might be a little bit of loose dirt out there on the track, though. He wasn't able to get that attempt.
And unfortunately for him, as you can see on the video board, his score is a 2.989. That will be the score to beat.
Your next competitor from Rialto, California, Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco. We see a popper on the center of the pod, and he just holds it. Bringing in the theatrics. There you go, Fern. Just holding it steady. Bringing it down. There you go, young man. He still has 1 attempt remaining. Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco.
Let's hear those cheers for Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco. Keep that enthusiasm going as you go to judgeszone.com. Get in your scores now, and there's Fernando Martinez.
I like it a lot. There you go, Fern. He's out there. First attempt, he goes for that popper on the center of the pod. Second attempt, he goes down the ramp. And what was impressive was that he backed it into a moonwalk and threw it into a nose pick combination. And this is a first-year competitor, seeing some veteran moves from a first-year competitor. But is it enough to get the top spots? Let's find out. The score for El Toro Loco is, yes, sir, 9.114. That is now your driver to beat Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco. From Oak Arbor, Washington, Carson Williams, Monster Mud Rottweiler. You see that first attempt for Carson Williams. Gets a stopper, or excuse me, a stoppie, and he still has one attempt remaining. Throwing it up the side logs, holding it steady, bringing it down.
Let's hear those cheers for Carson Williams, Monster Mutt Rottweiler. Fans, make sure those phones are out because now we need you to get your scores in at judgeszone.com. Move that BKT tire to the score you feel Carson Williams has earned.
Carson Williams putting off some great moves. You can see that shot there that was on the board. That's his family in the house with those signs. I'm trying to read what the sign says. I think it says ARF. Oh, ARF. I see it. Okay. There you go, Carson. Some veteran moves right there from that man. Also a new driver in Monster Mutt Rottweiler. This score to beat is at 9.114. And the score for Carson Williams is 6.371, good enough for second place in this competition as we are well on our way in the Great Clips 2-Wheel Skills Challenge. Coming up next, it's the girl from Sarasota, Florida, Angelina Knock, Megalodon. Angelina just inching her way towards those corner triple logs. So I think we're going to see a reverse popper. The first driver to attempt it tonight. She went for this attempt yesterday, had a rollover. Does she get it today? Let's find out. See her holding back there on that first attempt. Is she going to try it again? I think she is. So she overthrew it yesterday. Today she just undercuts it there on her first attempt. So here she's faking me out. Let's see what she does.
Put those fins together for Angelina Knock, Megalodon. Scoring is open at judgeszone.com. Remember, fans, we need you to score fairly and accurately. There's Angelina Knock out of her Monster Jam truck. Get her score in now.
You know, we saw, as I said yesterday, she went for that same attempt, the reverse popper off the triple logs, and she threw it yesterday and had it, but then actually put too much power in it. Today, I think she's just a bit in her head on that move and undercut it there, so not enough power, trying to find the balance, unable to get it on those two attempts, and that leads to a score of 2.565. Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco, is still the man to beat. But this next driver took the JCB Racing competition victory. Can she get back-to-back competition wins? Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger. Does that forward momentum popper on the center of the pod. Was able to regain the balance, but she has one attempt remaining. And I'm curious to see if she's going to go for this reverse popper into a tombstone combination. So let's see if she starts reversing. If not, she might be going for it. Nope, we're seeing the reverse. Here she goes.
Put those hands together for Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger. Scoring is open, and I see a lot of phones out at judgeszone.com. Fans, keep up the great work by moving that BKT tire to the score you feel Kristen Anderson has earned.
Kristen Anderson with that forward popper on the first attempt. She was trying to hold it steady like you saw El Toro Loco do. Brought it down pretty quick. Second attempt, you see her go for that reverse popper and throws it into a wheelie to regain that balance going across the pod. So, Kristen Anderson, she's still all smiles out there. But is it enough to take the top spot? The score to beat, 9.114. And the score for Gravedigger is 7.942. Currently in second place. Bump it down, Carson Williams to third. Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco, still the man to beat. From Lafayette, Louisiana, it's Kayla Blood. Sparkle Smash. The forward momentum popper kind of does a 360 spin with it. Still has one attempt left. Looks like she's going right back for it.
Here to smash the competition, it's Kayla Blood, Sparkle Smash. Get those scores in now at judgeszone.com. There is Kayla Blood now. She needs all of you to move that BKT tire to the score you feel she's earned.
You know, Kim, I just have to say, Kayla is so fast on the track. I know I said this yesterday, but even the way she gets into those maneuvers, she's just flying out there. Would you agree?
She really is. And just to see her in that forward popper and almost make that unicorn dance, it's so exciting to see. I don't really see anybody doing it like she does. Really changing it up, and as you can see on the video board, her score is 7.012. That will put her in third place.
From Boulevard, Missouri, Joe Yuri, Earthshaker. Oh, there you go. There you go, Joe. Holding it steady, moonwalking it. Can he get across the pod? He's balancing. There you go, Joe. One attempt. He has one more remaining. Scoring is now open. You know what to do. That is judgeszone.com. Once again, that code is SAC. And put your hands together for the man you just saw on the track, Joe Yeri. He took the Great Clips two-wheel skills victory yesterday, the first in his career. And I'm just so impressed with the maneuvers he is pulling off on the track. Throwing it into a stoppie, reversing back and forth, and finally gets the moonwalk across the pod. Hadn't seen a driver do that yet, but on the second attempt comes up just a bit short. So is it enough to take the top spot? The score to beat, 9.114. And the score for Earthshaker is 8.146, so not enough to take the top spot, but good enough for second place. Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco, still the man to beat. But we have one driver remaining. From Cadillac, Michigan, Tim Hall Jr., Jurassic Attack. You see that first attempt going for the stoppie coming down that pod. Unable to get it, but he does have one attempt remaining. Gets the stoppie on the opposite end, holding it and walking it forward. Balancing 12,000 pounds. Combination move into a wheelie. Yes, sir. Bringing it down. Scoring is now open. Judgeszone.com. Tim Hall Jr. ran into issues on that first attempt, but that second attempt was clean. That was ridiculous. A combination move. He held his stoppie, and he was holding it for a while. Throws it into a moonwalk. And I think that he was just going to stop there, but then brought it down into a wheelie combination. So let's find out if it is enough to claim the top spot. The score to beat 9.114. And the score for Tim Hall Jr., Jurassic Attack, is coming up just short, 8.942, which means that your winner in the Great Clips two-wheel skills challenge is the man from California, Fernando Martinez. El Toro Loco. Getting the competition victory, was unable to get one yesterday, and he able to get one here on a Saturday night. He's on the pod with Kim Cantoni. Let's talk to Fern.
Fernando, I know how much you wanted to pick up this win last night, so how sweet is it for you to be able to pull off this win? I know Tim Hall Jr. put down an epic last performance, but how sweet is it for you to finally get this victory this weekend?
With the amount of talent we have here this weekend, it feels incredible. I love getting the bull on the nose, shooting that smoke. That's literally probably the best part of driving El Toro Loco. Apart from finishing my move and seeing every single smiling face in the stands, you guys are so beautiful, Sacramento. This is only the first half, and we got more to come, baby.
And with more to come, the next competition we'll see you in is Monster Jam Donuts. So what do you need to do to kind of pick up another 8 points and continue this momentum?
Keep going crazy. As the name suggests, we're a little bit local. I got all my Latinos in the house here today. We're about to take over, baby, Sacramento!
Well, you see Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger, get the JCB Racing Competition victory. Then Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco, comes right back and gets the Great Clips 2 Wheel Skills Challenge. So it is still anyone's game as we move forward throughout the competition. But for now, it is officially halftime. We're going to take a little break, y'all. So go ahead, head to the concession stands, maybe stop by the merch stands, pick up the latest Monster Jam Spin Master. But don't worry, we'll be right back with some more Monster Jam as well as United States Freestyle Motocross. So it is halftime, y'all. We'll be right back with more Monster Jam. And we also have some quick messages for some very special guests in the house tonight. So take a look at that video board. Kicking us off for the second half of Monster Jam, Carson Williams, Monster Mud Rottweiler.
Hear those cheers for Carson Williams, Monster Mutt Rottweiler. Kicking things off in the donut competition, and now it's time to get those scores in at judgeszone.com. Remember, fans, you need to move that BKT tire to the score you feel Carson Williams has earned.
Carson Williams, a nice donut there to start the second half of Monster Jam. Love that quick rotation into the spins and just got it nicely throughout those rotations going around. And the score for Monster Mutt Rottweiler is... That's a good score, 7.299, getting us started in the donut competition. Coming up next, he came second place in the Great Clips 2 Wheel Skills Challenge, getting it to the top in the donut competition. Tim Hall Jr., Jurassic Attack.
Keep those cheers going for Tim Hall Jr., Jurassic Attack. Remember, fans, you can scan to score, get those scores in. There is Tim Hall Jr. out of his Monster Jam truck. He went spinning, but now, fans, it's time for you to move that BKT tire to the score you feel he's earned.
Tim Hall Jr. Good spins, my man. That was pretty good right there. Getting into those quick rotations as well and holding it nice and steady in the center of the track. This is why I do love a good donut competition. It really comes down to that technical ability out there. Is it enough to take out that top spot of 7.299? The score for Jurassic Attack is... You got a new leader, 7.940, Jurassic Attack. the 2024 Rookie of the Year, Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco.
Let's see those bullhorns for Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco. Remember, fans, we need those scores in now, and he's out of his Monster Jam truck. Make some noise, getting dizzy out there with those donuts and that speed, but is it enough to overtake the lead? Oh, you okay, Fernando? Ray, check on Fernando.
Fern, you okay, buddy? There you go. If you ain't spinning, you ain't winning. Fernando Martinez getting a little bit dizzy out there on the track. Trying to beat a score of 7.940. Fernando taking a look at that video board, trying to take the lead. And the score for El Toro Loco is... put him at the top. 9.035 for the young man, currently tied for third place overall. And now he's the man to beat in the donut competition, El Toro Loco. But this next driver took the donut competition victory last night. Can't you repeat in the competition win? Angelina Knock, Megalodon.
Put those fins together for Angelina Knock, Megalodon. Donut into a cyclone, getting that speed. There she is out of her Monster Jam truck. Fans, get those scores in now.
You see El Toro Loco pull up a cyclone, then Megalodon says, anything you could do, I could do better. Also getting into a cyclone, losing the fin at the same time. And I think she's feeling pretty good. She's taking off the helmet. How's it going, Angelina? Says she's doing pretty good. Well, let's find out if she can take out this top spot. 9.035 is the score to beat. And this score for Angelina Knock, Megalodon, is coming up just short. She says, what? 8.537. That's good enough for second place currently in the competition. But El Toro Loco is the man to beat. Currently tied for third place overall, it's Joe Yuri, Earthshaker.
Fans, put those hands together for Joe Yuri, Earthshaker. He has had some trouble in this competition, but he still needs a score. Fans, it is now up to you. Move that BKT tire to the score you feel Earthshaker has earned.
Just battling gremlins throughout this competition week, and we saw it in freestyle, then we see it creep up here in the donut competition, but that even started before today's event happened. I mean, he had the transmission swap, and you see he's just having to adjust to a new transmission in Earthshaker that leads to a score of 3.812, so he's currently in fifth place, but have to see if Joe can bounce back in Monster Jam Freestyle. He's currently in 5th place. El Toro Loco is the man to beat. Coming up next, the man competing since 2015, Jeff Sousa, Velociraptor.
Getting in that speed and control, let's hear it for Jeff Sousa, Velociraptor. Fans, we need to get those scores in now. There is Jeff Sousa out of his truck. Ray, talk about a masterclass, had that speed, the control, exactly what we're looking for in this competition.
Yeah, one of the good signs, too, of a donut, he did not move from his spot. Look at that right there. You see underneath his truck, I mean, the dirt there is what's moved, but all around that area, it is perfectly, or it's just still a mess over there. So he cleaned it up just a little bit and held it in that position, just a textbook donut. But is it enough to get to the top of the leaderboard in this competition? Score to beat, 9.035. And the score for Jeff Sousa is a 7.985. So I think that's a little bit less than what he should have had, but the fans have spoken, and he's currently 3rd. El Toro Loco hangs on. Jeff Sousa currently in 3rd so far in this competition. Down to our final 2 competitors in this competition. And of course, they come out at the same time and battling back in 4th. Coming up first, Kayla Blood, Sparkle Smash. Scoring is open. JudgesZone.com to lock in those scores. Code SAC. And make some noise for Kayla Blood. Sparkle Smash making her way out of her truck. Just got a little bit too close to the wall that the officials felt was acceptable, so cut her off just a bit short. But see what you guys thought of that score. You know what to do. Lock it in at JudgesZone.com. Caleb been battling throughout this weekend, and the score coming up on the board there is a 7.482. Currently 5th place in this competition. El Toro Loco remains your leader, but this next driver is known as the Queen of Donuts. She led her entire series in the donut competition by over 17 more than the next closest driver. So can she steal the victory away from Fernando Martinez? It's Gravedigger! Scoring is open. JudgesZone.com and lock it in for the last driver in the competition. Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger. And she makes her way out of the truck. Good rotations out there from Kristen Anderson. Does not get into a cyclone, but was able to get a good number of rotations. This is going to be up to you, the fans out there, to lock it in for our winner, the code SAC. That's score to beat 9.035. And the score for the Queen of Donuts is... does not get it done here tonight, coming up just short, which means that your winner is is Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco. Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco gets back-to-back competition victories. Do a little dance out there, Fern. He was getting dizzy, man. We're going to go ahead and talk to Fernando one more time as he holds on to that lead.
Fernando, what a run you just did there in the donut competition. Talk about that speed that you were just able to pick up and also maintaining the control to get this victory.
Yeah, you know, it's all about feeling the dirt. On the first initiation of the donut, you really got to feel. I like to say you got to drive with your butt sometimes, not so much your head. It'll tell you everything you need to do, and we picked up the donut overall win, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, right now, you're currently on top of the leaderboard for the overall event championship, but there's just one competition left. Monster Jam Freestyle. So what do you need to bring to the table to not only win the final 8 points of the night, but pick up the overall event championship?
I know exactly what I have to do, and that's bring everything. I know I'm going to hold up my end of the bargain, but Sacramento, I need you to hold up yours. So I got one question for y'all before we get into freestyle, and that is, are you ready? No! I said, are you ready?
Fernando Martinez gets that victory, shaking it up in this competition. And then you take a look at that BKT leaderboard. Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger, still leads with 20 points, but Fernando, with those back-to-back competition victories, is currently in second with 18 points. So they are battling it out. Tim Hall Jr., Jurassic Attack has 15, and then Sparkle Smash at fourth with 14 points. So they all have a chance at the victory. They are in contention to get this thing, but Kristen Anderson is going to have to hold him off. She got the overall event win yesterday. She knew she could do it again. Coming up next is the pinnacle of the sport, Monster Jam Freestyle. Sacramento, if you have not been scoring tonight, we ask that you do so now, because this is the last competition of the event. And what you're about to see are those wow factors. This is the pinnacle of the sport. So we ask that you do head to judgeszone.com to help us crown our overall event champion. And just a reminder, the drivers must complete at least 15 seconds to qualify for a score. So if somebody goes under 15 seconds, they do not qualify for a score. And of course, we'll keep you posted on that. So that freestyle competition coming up next. As we get into our last competition, I want to play one more game with all of you guys right here at Golden One Arena. It's Monster Jam Helmet Shuffle. So this is very easy. All we need you to do is keep your eye on the prize. We have 3 helmets on that board. Putting a trophy underneath one, shuffling around, and you guys tell me which one it is. So shuffling it around right there. Moving all over. Okay, so what do y'all think? Who think this number 1? Make some noise if you think it's number 1. If you think it's number 2, let me hear ya. Or if you think it's number 3, make some noise. All right, well, it sounds like it's between 1 and 2, so let's find out. Not under number 1, down to 2 or 3. Is it number 2? It is number 2. Congratulations, Sacramento. You guys got it right. It is, in fact, under number 2. So make sure that you keep that energy going right here as we go into our last competition of the evening. And to catch you up with everything, Kimberly Cantoni, let's get them hype. What do we got?
Well, in keeping this energy going, I'm going to need all of you fans to help me get freestyle started. So I need all of you now in the arena to turn on the light of your cell phones. So let me see you all light up your cell phones. Let me see them all throughout the arena. Let's see those cell phones lit up right now. Now follow my lead and stay to the beat. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Keep it going. It is time for the pinnacle of the event. This is Monster Jam Freestyle! Keep those cheers going for Joe Uri, Earthshaker. Fans, we have now officially opened up JudgesZone.com for the freestyle competition. Fans, it is now up to you to move that BKT tire to the score you feel Earthshaker has earned.
Happy for Joe Uri, though, on this run. He was not able to really get a great run in yesterday as it was cut short, but bounces back today, has a good run, of course, with the rollover, but that was towards the end of it. So Joe Uri bringing out a good and solid run, and excited to see what you guys thought of it. The score for Earthshaker is 7.380. So kicking us off in Monster Jam Freestyle, Joe Uri is the man to beat moving forward. A solid run. But of course, you still have a way to go in Monster Jam Freestyle.
As you can see, Earthshaker is back on all four BKT tires. Yeah, let him hear that one more time. Joe Uri, valiant effort out there on the track. But right now, I'm joined by a Monster Jam fan, Presley. Presley, are you having so much fun today?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who has been your favorite truck so far?
Sparkle Smash.
Sparkle Smash. Who else likes Sparkle Smash out there? Well, Presley, you're going to play a game called Finish the Lyric. Up on the video board, we're going to play the lyrics of Frozen's Let It Go, and your job is to finish the lyric. You think you could do it?
Yeah.
She's saying, yeah. Sacramento, I need all of you to help sing along as Presley tries to finish the lyric.
Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Presley, Sacramento. Give her a round of applause. Awesome job, Presley, and for doing an awesome job in today's game. You're going to go home with a zombie truck impound. That is for you. Her brother's like, yeah, I got one too. I got a zombie. Fans, stop at the merchandise stand. Get your own truck impals. But one more time, let's hear it for Presley, who is able to finish the lyric.
Tough competition moving forward out here as we still have 7 trucks remaining. And as I said on the BKT overall event leaderboard, Kristen Anderson is the woman to beat with 20 points. El Toro Loco is trailing at second with 18. So that is 2 to look and play out here. Tim Hall Jr. Jurassic Attack has had a tough event, but has high score with 7 in the Great Clips 2-wheel skills, leaves them at 15. And the Caleb Blood Sparkle Smash is currently in 4th with 14. So we just saw Joe Yuri out there trying to move his way up the board, but it's really coming out here to those top 4 competitors. We'll find out as we move forward in Monster Jam Freestyle. Be sure that you're scoring at judgeszone.com. 15 seconds to qualify for a score. So Sacramento, let's see if he can get 3 competition victories in a row. He asked if you guys were ready, so I got to ask you one more time. Are you ready? It's Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco.
See those bullhorns for Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco. Time to get those scores in now at judgeszone.com. There is Fernando Martinez out of his Monster Jam truck. Fans, it's up to you now at judgeszone.com.
Oh my goodness. The future of Monster Jam is in good hands, man. This is a first-year competitor, a first-year driver, and the moves that this man has been pulling off is ridiculous. I am so impressed. It's my first time seeing him in person. Fernando Martinez putting together a strong run here in Monster Jam Freestyle. He is trying to get to that top of the leaderboard, trying to take out a score of 7.380. And the score for El Toro Loco is... You got a new leader, 8.464, El Toro Loco.
Fans, I am now in the stands with a family of one of their favorite Monster Jam drivers, and we're going to let them introduce their favorite Monster Jam driver. Take it away.
Let's bring out Carson Williams in Monster Mutt Rottweiler.
those cheers for Carson Williams, Monster Mutt Wartweiler. JudgesZone.com is now open for Carson Williams, and fans, it is now up to you. We need you now to act fast and move that BKT tire to the score that you feel Monster Mutt Rottweiler has earned.
Carson Williams with a strong run there, getting the introduction from his family, and this is also a young driver in the biz, and he seemed just hyped up to be able to compete out here. Y'all make some noise for Carson Williams with a great run in freestyle, saying what's going on, fam. The score for Monster Mutt Rottweiler is 7.450, good enough for second place in the competition. So I want to play one more game with all of you guys out there. We have ourselves a puzzle showdown. Sacramento, I want to thank you guys for coming out here on a weekend and having a great time. You guys been having a good time so far? You guys been bringing the energy, man. It's so much fun to be out here in Sacramento. As I said, I grew up watching the Kings. You had some legendary players, Mike Bibby, Jason Williams, Peja Stojakovic, and I'm so excited for the future of y'all's sport. De'Aaron Fox, DeMar DeRozan, you guys have a bright future ahead, so congrats to y'all. But I want to see if you guys know your Monster Jam. You guys ready? Let's take a look at the board. Y'all help me out. Name this monster truck. Let's watch. All right. So we got the outer edge right there. Just going to go ahead and put down a few pieces. If you think that you know it, let me hear you shout it real quick. Who got it first, though? I think I hear the name of the truck a bit. Let's see. Throwing down a few more pieces. Yeah. One more time. Y'all shout as loud as you can. Which truck is that? I'm hearing Megalodon. Give me a Megalodon. Good job, Sacramento. It is, in fact, Megalodon. You guys are doing a great job. Thank y'all so much once again for coming out on a weekend. This is Monster Jam Freestyle, and we have more Monster Jam action coming your way. Coming up next, a girl currently in first place overall in the BKT overall event standings, Kristen Anderson, Grave Digger. "20 seconds on the clock, and I think she's lining it up. She's trying to get that lead from El Toro Loco, so she needs a big move, and it looks like she's putting it all right here. The Morgan & Morgan backflip!
Keep those cheers going for Kristen Anderson, Grave Digger. There is Kristen Anderson out of her Monster Jam truck. She wants you to get loud, but she also wants you to get her score locked in now.
That Morgan & Morgan backflip was big. Fernando Martinez has to be listening and watching back there, wondering if that lead will hold up, but what a move from Kristen Anderson just risking it all on that big maneuver, the Morgan and Morgan backflip. She was upset earlier in that donut competition. She came up second. You saw her face when her mouth dropped earlier. She was kind of in shock and didn't like that. So got a shot of her right there. Let's see what she thinks about this score. The score to beat, 8.464. And the score for Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger, is 9.573. She is now the woman to beat moving forward. Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger. He had a strong donut showing. Needs a big run here in the freestyle competition. Jeff Sousa, Velociraptor.
Put those hands together for Jeff Sousa, Velociraptor. Fans, it's time to head on over to judgeszone.com. Get those scores in for Jeff Sousa. He is out of that Monster Jam truck. Want you to head on over. Get those scores in now.
Really impressed with the second half run that Jeff Sousa's had in Velociraptor. A great donut run and then just a strong Monster Jam freestyle run there. He even pulled off the stoppie that he was attempting earlier, was able to get it as he waves to the fans out here. He is from Denair, California, so not too far away, California boy. And that score for Velociraptor is 7.505, currently third in the competition as it continued through Monster Jam Freestyle. I need y'all to put those arms together one more time. You guys know how to do it. Let me see those fins together, y'all. Because they're bringing it out for the last time tonight. Angelina Knock, Megalodon.
Put those fins together for Angelina Knock, Megalodon. Fans, you know what to do. Head on over now. Get those scores in for Angelina Knock as she gets ready to get out of that Monster Jam truck to meet with all of you fans. There she is on the track now.
Angelina Knock, Megalodon, going for that sky wheelie and lands into a combination move, holding it steady on the center of the pod. That girl was Megalodon. She was flying through the sky. That was awesome. That score for Angelina Knock, Megalodon, is 7.967. Currently third place in the competition. Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger, still hangs on. But this man is currently in third place. It's Tim Hall Jr., Jurassic Attack. .53 seconds on the clock. Clock is paused. Gonna see if he is able to refire. He does refire, but is he able to run? He is. Let's keep it going. Scoring is now open. JudgesZone.com. You guys know what to do. Code SAC and lock it in for Tim Hall Jr. And make some noise for Tim Hall Jr. as he makes his way out of Jurassic Attack to say hello to y'all one more time tonight. So cool to watch Tim Hall behind the wheel of a Monster Jam truck. He actually started as a crew chief, so worked his way up to become a Monster Jam driver. Just so excited for the future for this young man. Been impressed with all he's been doing out there on the track. And that score coming up on the board of 5.825 for Tim Hall Jr., Jurassic Attack. With Sacramento, we have one truck remaining. So I need y'all to make some noise as loud as you can for the last driver of the evening. Sacramento, let me hear you guys. Kayla Blood, Sparkle Smash. 60 seconds paused on the clock. As soon as she's able to refire, just getting a little bit close to the wall there. She does refire. She's going to back it on up. And restart that clock. Let's keep it going. Oh, and I think that she's done. Waiting to get official word. I don't know if she has some breakage there. I was not able to see. And scoring is open. She is done. So head over to judgeszone.com. Lock in the score for Sparkle Smash. Unable to finish. So wondering if there's some breakage there that she had on that axle is what it might have looked like there. But nonetheless, she does qualify for her score. So lock it in for Sparkle Smash. The last competitor of the evening. Judgeszone.com. Thank you guys once again for making us part of your weekend. Going to find out your overall event champion here soon as you lock in those scores for Sparkle Smash. And the score coming up on the board for Sparkle Smash. She has a 4.180, which means that your winner in Monster Jam Freestyle is Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger. So she gets the freestyle competition victory, but is it enough to take the overall event championship? Your BKT overall event champion, 8 in JCB Racing, 5 in two-wheel skills, 7 in donuts, 8 in freestyle, total of 28 is the black and green wrecking machine, Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger. Goes back to back overall event championships out here in Sacramento, 2 nights in a row, and has an opportunity to get a clean sweep tomorrow as we have one event remaining. Y'all make some noise for Kristen Anderson, who's had herself a weekend so far. She's been bringing the heat and starts it the same way she did yesterday, taking the JCB Racing victory, and then closes it out the same way, taking the freestyle win. So let's talk to her one more time as we hand her the trophy and hand her that microphone. Let's catch up with Kristen.
Oh, man. Thank you so much, Sacramento, for having so much fun with us tonight. We appreciate y'all for coming out here year after year. Monster Jam loves California. We love Sacramento. We're not never going to stop coming out here. We thank you guys for your support. Thank you guys for loving this truck for so long. My dad is Dennis Anderson. He's the guy that created this truck in 1982. So when y'all were kids watching Gravedigger, you were watching my dad. So thank you for raising your kids up right and teaching them to love this truck just as much. We appreciate y'all so much. That backflip in this trophy is for all the little girls that are sitting in the stands tonight, and all the women too. I hope that me and Kayla and Angelina were a good reminder to all of you ladies in the crowd that women are brave, and we are strong, and we are tough, and we are fearless. And you know what? We can hang out with these guys too. You don't let these boys underestimate you ladies. We love you so much, Sacramento. Thank you.
Well, Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger, gets the overall event victory back-to-back. And as I said, she has a chance to get a clean sweep here in Sacramento tomorrow. Thank y'all so much for coming out. As I keep saying, making us part of your weekend, but we have so much fun here in Sacramento. We do have one more event tomorrow, so if you want to come on out, feel free to do so. If not, we will see you next time. Please be safe on your way home. Stop by the merch stands on your way out. Pick up the latest Monster Jam Spin Master, and we'll see you next time. My name is Ray Viadiao. That was Kimberly Cantoni, and that was Monster Jam. We'll see you guys.